Hey, my Lipton. So I am back. And I had to take a few days. I had to take a break. Um, I just want to say thank y'all so much for the views on the Kiki Palmer video. There were some people that agreed. There were some people that disagreed with my opinions. But listen, it's an open comments thing. It's like as long as like we're having a discussion, we're having conversation, we can debate and do all those different things. But as long as people are not disrespectful, I'm cool with everything. And if people disagree with me, I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. You guys can give your opinions. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get up to 500 subscribers. And let's get into this video. So I want to talk about Zayn Malik. 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 If y'all know me, if y'all look like my, my day ones subscribers, my day ones Liptons, y'all would know that I have been talking about Zayn Malik on my channel since like the inception of my channel. I've talked about how much I want him to be outside. I want him to release music. I want him to be in this space where he was up to the heights that he was during the Mind of Mind era, during the Pillow Talk era, during the Dust Till Dawn era. Like that was Zayn at his peak, okay, in that era. So I was saying how much like we need Zayn, like we need him. He needs to be here, you know. And I was, there are times where I had to criticize him. I was like, listen, like he don't be doing no promotion. He's not, even the music. And I said this before in a previous video that I did. The video that I just recently did, I think 2 videos ago, where I talked about Zayn Malik briefly, and I discussed how like, how Nobody's Listening should have got way more promotion, way more press. Like he should have been on Jimmy Kimmel, he should have been on Jimmy Fallon, he should have been all over the place promoting that album, because there's so many good hits on that album. I'm so mad that it flopped, but I love that album. Like there's a few songs that I have that is on my playlist that I listen to daily. So it's just like I feel like Zayn is definitely one of those artists where it's like his voice is needed, especially nowadays where like right now music across the board, and I say this across the board, when it comes to pop, when it comes to hip hop, when it comes to everything, it's just everything is just mediocre right now. It's just like we need someone that has that voice, and I feel like Zayn has that voice. So when I found out that Zayn was coming back, and I've been saying it since the beginning of the year. I was like, listen, Zayn Malik needs to come this year. And maybe he is listening to my channel. But I was like, listen, I said Zayn Malik needs to come out this year, because no excuses. No excuses. He needs to come out this year. He needs to release something. He needs to do something. And here he is outside. I've been pressuring him, y'all. Y'all know I've been pressuring him. So he's finally outside, and he's releasing a record. Now, let me be very clear before I get into this Call Her Daddy interview. Let me just say this. I heard the snippet, and y'all know me. I love Zayn. I love him. I listen to his music. I listen to all his solo music. But when I heard the snippet, y'all, I'm sorry, y'all. It seems like I'm not about to like this song. It seems like I'm not about to like this song. Like, because you can tell by the snippet that, oh, this is about to be a good ass song. With this one, I'm not feeling it. It definitely sounds like it sounds bland. Like it's very microwavable kind of music. It's kind of it's not it. It's not it. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it kind of gives me like, I think this, for some reason, just by this snippet alone, and I can't lie to y'all, just from the snippet alone, this kind of feels like this new era of Zayn is going to be like Taylor Swift's Reputation era. Y'all remember the Reputation album? Like, I kind of feel like it's going to be like that, because it's like, for me personally, I enjoyed 1989 so much. So when Reputation was gonna come out, and I heard, and the music was just so generic, like with the Look What You Made Me Do, and it was a bit too much with the auto tune, and that Reputation album was microwavable too. I think that the only I'm genuinely saying this, like, truthfully, the only song I really enjoyed off of Reputation was Delicate. Like, I have the acoustic version of it, and I have the regular version of that song. Like, I genuinely enjoy that song. I think it's so beautiful. But other than that, I wasn't feeling a lot of the songs of Reputation. So I don't know, with Zayn Malik, with this new single he's coming out with the snippet, is kind of, I don't know, he might give me Taylor Swift Reputation tease, and that's kind of concerning to me, because it's like Nobody's Listening was a great album, and it's just like, so you to go from that to this generic microwavable like iCloud music, I don't know, Zayn. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. So that's just that on that. Obviously, when the song comes out on the 21st, I'm gonna take a good listen to it and see if it grows on me or whatever. But I do want to talk about this Call Her Daddy podcast thing that he did with Alex Cooper. Let me just say, and this is the thing, like, and let me just say this before I even get started on this. Zayn is on his podcast and everything, and I feel like he needs to continue doing interviews. Okay, because I feel like he did this the last time. The last time when he was dropping Nobody's Listening, when he was dropping that, those first two singles, Better and Tightrope and that stuff, he only did like one radio interview with, I forgot his name, what he was. I forgot the guy's name, but he did like one interview and that was it. And he did like a bunch of Instagram lives, and it's like this. Okay, like this is a big interview, but you need to continue. You need to continue, Zayn. You need to continue. You need to do more interviews. You need to be outside. You need to be doing some playful stuff. You need to show your personality. Like, we need more from him. Because enough time has passed at this point. Our patience has run its course. We need you, Zayn, in this era. So he did this interview with Call Her Daddy with Alex Cooper. And let me just say this. I felt like, okay, majority of this interview, I would say 98% of this interview, it's things that we already knew. Okay? 98% of it. It was only 2% of it where it was like, okay, I'm getting information here and here and here. But like, majority of this interview are things that like we already knew, and we already could tell, and we already got this information from Zayn. We got this information from the band members. We got this information from Simon Cowell. We got this information. Like, it's like we know already. Like, we know about Zayn's background. And of course, you do have to reiterate your background in order for the audience to for the new people who are just trying to see who Zayn is, especially this Call Her Daddy audience. I'm like, okay, who's this person? Let's see his background. Let's see where he's from. Da 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 da. So that part I understood. But then, like, the whole X Factor thing they discussed, and then, and then him going solo, and then, just him, like, it's just like, it felt, this interview felt like, okay, like, in a way, I was, like, kind of looking at Alex Cooper. It's no shade. I know she was really, trying to hype up this, like, she was really hyping it up in this interview, like, oh my god, like, effing this and effing that, yeah, fuck yeah, yes, this is what you did, X Factor, yeah, and it was just like, okay, it was just like, girl, okay, it's like, girl, like, you literally could have done the Google search and you would have found all this, all this information is out there, so the only things that I personally felt like, okay, we got some new information on, was him as a father, how he is at home, because he does live in Pennsylvania majority of the time, so he's there. He co-parents with Gigi Hadid, that sort of thing. We got some tea on that. We also got some information. Well, I wouldn't say we even got information. Like, I feel like it was very vague answer, but about the 2021 incident that happened with Yolanda Hadid and Zayn, where Zayn allegedly shoved Yolanda. And the whole situation had to do with Kai. It was a whole thing that happened there, but it kind of died down. Like, we didn't get any information from that. So, that was it. That was like the two things. And I'm just looking at Alex Cooper. I'm like, girl, why didn't you ask about Selena Gomez? Like, hey, like, do you and Selena Gomez got a record coming out? Like, what's the tea? We heard on the news that y'all, y'all linked up. Y'all gotta, what's the tea? Y'all making music? Maybe he is saving it for the album or something, but it's just like, try to get him, try to make him spill a little bit of tea on that, like, what's going on there. Like, he, like, in a way, I'm surprised that she didn't ask about, like, during the X Factor days, like, why didn't she ask, okay, so, during the X Factor days and when you were leaving, and you guys were a band and that sort of thing, you were engaged to Perry Edwards, how was that for you? That's like, it's like, ask, don't, like, girl, like, why are you just why asking him these mediocrity questions that we already know? So she could have asked that. She'd be like, yeah, you were engaged, so what was happening there? Like, how was your mindset when it came to you personally, when it came to the engagement? Like, how did you feel once after you guys broke the engagement off? Like, like, boom, like, that was another question that could have been asked. Selena Gomez, Perry Edwards. In a way, she also could have asked about Gigi Hadid, because at the end of the day, her Gigi Hadid and Zayn are still, they're gonna be in each other's lives forever because they have a child together. So she could have been like, yeah. I mean, she didn't ask about how was the co-parenting relationship, and he was like, yeah, it's cool. It's, yeah, like, yeah, we cool with each other. We co-parenting. It's all good on my end. Da, da, da. But it's like, you could have been like, yeah. So it's like, okay, so with Gigi Hadid, what's tea? Like, is this, what is happening here? What is happening there? More could have been said. More could have been asked, and more could have been said. And Zayn was very chill. If you think about it, yes, don't get me wrong, he would have given a vague answer, a very vague, very ambiguous answer, but he still would have answered. At least Alex Cooper could have asked those questions. So she should have asked that. She should have been like, yeah, girl, like, so what's going on here? What Gigi. Also, another thing that she could have asked. Oh, so Liam, from your ex 1D bandmate, he said some things on the internet that he didn't like you. Like, was there tension when you guys were in the group? And of course, Zayn said that in 1D they couldn't stand each other at a certain point and that sort of thing. So maybe Alex Cooper could have asked him to reiterate more, like, because it's like Liam came out and said that he didn't like you and that sort of thing, but he respected you and blah, blah, blah. How do you feel about that? Like, we could have got way more stuff out of this interview. We could have got way more stuff out of this interview than the stuff that we got. Like, honestly, we honestly got mediocrity out of this interview. And I felt like, the questions were very generic. Like, it's like, girl, like, ask legit questions. Ask legit questions. And of course, let the interviewee give the vague answers, but don't beat around the bush as the interviewer. If you're gonna do this podcast stuff, that's the thing too. These celebrities, they want to do these podcasts, they want to do all these different things. They don't want to leave it to the journalists or to what I'm saying, the the YouTubers and that stuff. But now the celebrities want to be the podcasters. So it's like, if y'all are gonna be the podcasters, then y'all guys are gonna have to ask these hard questions. Period. So it's just like, I felt like this interview was very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. And honestly, they could have kept this. The only thing I got out of it was the 2021 incident with Yolanda and Zayn being a dad. Point blank, period. Other than that, everything else is like, it's things that we already knew. So if y'all guys want to still go listen to it on Spotify, y'all guys can. But other than that, this shit was it was whatever. It was whatever. It's honestly forgettable, and I think I'm gonna forget it in the next few weeks. But here's the thing, though. I will say, so he do got a record out. I don't think I'm gonna like this song. But hopefully, it is Zayn. So hopefully the other songs, he said he has some songs that are gonna be inspired by his daughter, that sort of thing. So hopefully those songs are nice and cute. But yeah, girl, I mean, that is just it, really. Tell me how you guys feel about Zayn, how you guys feel about this new record. By the way, y'all, I'm not feeling this head tattoo on Zayn. Ugh. Like, that's the thing. Like, I like tattoos on men, but it gotta be on specific areas. Like, it can't be just, like, head to toe tattoos. Like, I'm just not feeling this tattoo on his head. It looks, like, crazy. Like, it's too much. But he definitely gained some weight, though. I will say that Zayn definitely gained some weight. He looks more healthier now compared to back then, So I'm glad to see that. But yeah, so that was just it, honestly. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Are you guys ready for Zayn Malik new music? Are you guys ready for him to be here? Are you guys ready for the new songs? Do you guys wish they should, Alex Cooper could have asked more questions when it came to Zayn? Like, we could have gotten way more out of that interview than what we got, because it was just like, the questions are things that we, like, it's like we passed this. Like, he answered these questions like 3, 4, 5 years ago. Like, can you come up with something else? Okay? So, that's all. That's it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. There's gonna be a new video coming out. It's gonna be about X-Men and everything like that. I'm about to release them right now. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get us to 500 subscribers, and I'll talk to you guys later.